now the way that the modern world is structured, it's like the point of life is to like get a job and find your job and to do your job. Somehow the career has become like the defining characteristic of one's life, the defining note of one's life. And so for me that feels that feels wrong, that feels false. I think that instead of finding a job one likes to be a person we like to live a rich full life within ourselves and our development, and then we have to of course sustain ourselves in the world. The trouble is nowadays the way it's set up, we're born in debt, especially in a country like America with college tuition and insurance and all of these things. Know that we have no time or energy. From the time we were children, we were shoved into rooms and put in the chairs and told to learn this and memorize this and do that, and cut off from that integrated real education, which means the unfolding of one's body, heart, and mind, and this curiosity for life and passion for learning and growing. Much of that was stunted when we were given these artificial goals and assessments, and so we've lost the connection with our inner truth. And so to fully blossom in oneself, as a whole being, then I think this is the essential, this is the purpose of life, and then everything else is auxiliary on that path, whether it's family or studies or work or all of those things. But I think that to live an integrated life, and of course that's essentially impossible in a sick society, in a society where everything is upside down and where everything is for sale and we're just buying things and destroying everything, including ourselves and relationships and all of that. Then is it possible to live in an integrated, natural, wholesome way? Perhaps it's not possible. Find a job. Yeah, find a job, find a purpose, find a family. It's so complicated. There's a type of yoga called karma yoga. Karma means action, right? Anyway, we all have to act. We can't stop acting. Everyone says, oh, it would be so nice to do nothing, but now look, everybody's locked at home and people go crazy. Within a few days, nothing to do, and we start to go crazy. So life is action. And so through action, then we're attached to our actions. We're attached to ourself as the doer, the I'm doing. This is my action. And then we're attached to the outcome, what we want, our preferences. And so one of the main paths of yoga is kind of unraveling this I attachment, through the selfless service, through surrendering the result of the actions and also the doer, the I. And so whatever that we're doing, if we do that in this state of awareness, in a state of detachment or presence, then that's a yoga as well, whatever job. Because it can become the same problem, like, oh, I'm looking for the right person, where's my soulmate? My whole life I go looking, oh, this one, no, this one, this one, this one. Same thing, oh, the right job, I have to find the right one. Maybe this one, no, not this one, then that one, then that one, then that one, then that one. Also, right, then we have no stability. So to develop into a healthy, beautiful plant, we need it to be rooted and grounded. And so having some some stability, and to go deeply into that, whatever it is. Otherwise, we always think that something else will be better, no matter what it is. And then no matter what, when we get that thing, maybe, but maybe something's even better than this, and then something even better than that. And we can never settle. There's always that feeling inside, no matter what we get, there's something more, something better. And so this is dangerous. This will rob us of our peace. And so it's like that. We can't say, yeah, the job, the purpose of life? Clearly no. But the way society is set up now, we're locked into this kind of thing. It's possible to live simply, to live on the fringe, but it requires a tremendous amount of determination and focus. And at the same time, if we're too attached to find the right thing, what's my calling, my job, we could just spin out our whole life just chasing this and that. So again, I think that the key is, we don't know, but we can take care of a garden, nurture the garden, we can nurture ourselves. When you nurture a garden means you're giving extra water, you're picking off any kind of pests, you're giving fertilizer, nutrients to the soil, mulching, you keep from too much sun and enough sun, all these things. By loving the garden in this way, then it grows so healthy. In the same way, if we nurture ourselves, means our biology, our organs and blood and cells and nervous system and spine and glands. If we nurture our hearts, help to release the excess tension and pressure in our minds, right, then naturally this living organism, this living forest that is myself, this living garden that is myself, will flourish by its own pattern, in its own way. The same way each plant will, when it's flourishing, when it's healthy, it will grow healthy in its own unique way. And so what that will be, we don't know. How I will flourish moment to moment, that's the dance, that's the mystery, that's the adventure of life. But for sure, when we give that love, care, and attention, then it will flourish. When we nurture ourselves, when we nourish ourselves, instead of poisoning ourselves, right, then our whole being will flourish. And then our whole life will start to come into alignment, into harmony with that core, with that integrated core of wholeness. When we establish this deep pattern of wholeness in ourselves, and we can see in these Alex Gray pictures, we can see when we look at a beautiful, healthy plant, what that looks like. To be in that state, then that pattern naturally will ripple through our life, our relationships with others, with ourselves, with the sleep, with food, with work, with creativity, with play, all of that. Everything then naturally comes into a balance.